Good afternoon, this is Bob Knight. It's the 25th of July 2017. I wanted to talk about 4 trades I did today on 4 different setups I saw on SGMS, Scientific Games Corp. This is the 1-year chart on SGMS and on a program called Stocks to Trade, put out by Timothy Sykes and his group. You can see it's a pretty big float stock, 89 million shares issued, 84 million in the float. 3.4 billion market cap. Now, that's quite a bit bigger than I would normally trade. But you can see that it was an earnings winner. It beat earnings by 8 cents and beat on revenue. So, it had a big move up, but normally trades 900,000. Today traded 6.8 million. But here's the other thing that I was looking at on this. 10% of the float short. Close to 9 million shares. Well, if it's trading 900,000 a day, that's 10 short ratio of 10 days to cover. And you get a big move like this, so I'm expecting this thing to keep squeezing. And so this yesterday it had a high of 35.20. So that was the area that I had it alerted for to go long over that area. Now I normally trade using a 2-day chart, 5-minute time period. And on this chart, I have the 15 EMA, exponential moving average, and the 5 EMA. So here's the area I'm looking at in this area, the 35.20. It opens, has a high of 35.10, pulls back a bit, and then boom, away it goes. And so I end up chasing it. I get filled at 35.50. Fortunately for me, it wasn't, even though it was a chase, which was not a good idea, it did keep going, so that was good for me. And it trades through 36, trades up as high as 36.75, makes this double top, and starts to pull back. I sell 36.55. So I buy the stock on the breakout. Then it has this pullback. It does make a green candle there, but then a red one after it. So I'm looking to buy the first pullback. And what I'm looking for actually is to buy the first green candle to make a new high. So these are all, there's a green, but then it's followed by a red. And here's the first green candle. And it has a high of 36.40. And there's another green candle, 36.35, another green candle, 36.35. And then this candle here makes the new high. And so I go long at 36.45. And it does take off. It's trending up. And you can see that the 15 is showing good direction, and the 5 actually is very good support for the stock. So, it's a great trade for me. It looks good. And buying the first pullback like that does run up as high as 37.25, makes a double top again, and then starts to roll over. I sell 37.05 in this area. Then it comes back and touches down to the 15 EMA, so which is giving it which is good support, and it's the second pullback. But I'm not so confident buying the second pullback as I am the first one. But when it breaks out into a new high of the day, I go long again. I get long at 37.30, and it does trade up as high as 37.70, and then pulls back, and it's trading right at the support level. It actually came down a bit. My risk was down in here, 36.05, 36.10. And it does hold, and then it does take off, and it spikes up, and this big short squeeze trades as high as 38.42, and pulls back. And I'm thinking about selling it because it had that big move, but I'm watching it closely and see if it's going to take another perk, and it's consolidating, and I should get rid of this, but I hold it, and then I'm watching the level 2 very closely. And I see that they're just buying everything they can get their hands on. And they're not trying to run it up, but they're strongly bid, and the big sells come into it, and they just get gobbled up, and then the bids would go back up over 38 and back and forth. And so, you can see in here this candle, they tried to knock it down. And I'm thinking, no, this thing's going to go higher. And I'm watching it closely, and then I see the offers being taken out, big buying coming into it. I get long. I add to my position, so I'm long at 37.30, and I buy another 1,000 at 37.95. and sure enough, boom, it pops and away it goes. Trades as high as 38.70, 38.67, so it makes this double top, starts to pull back. I sell all of my position, 38.35. So, it's perfect chart, or, the patterns were perfect. Buying the breakout, buying the first dip, getting long on the new high, and buying through the whole dollar after a big consolidation period. And yeah, that's my trade. Thanks.